What's good? What's good, people? Blue was right again. Blue was right again. Now, Quest, exactly. Where's the two gentlemen that was here yesterday? Those two gentlemen. Where is this, Blue? Where do you see this at, Blue? Blue was right again. Where did you get this information, Blue? This is not true, Blue. I don't believe you, Blue. You mad because I'm asking you questions, Blue? Oh. Well, where did they go? There go my brother.
Salute.
What's
This
goody
is
with
new.
this? What's goody?
Good, man.
Oh, you know we got to cook on this because just yesterday they were saying Blue was wrong. Blue was making up stories. What they say? Where did this information come from? Nobody's seen it. Nobody reporting. Yeah, what's their name? D-Boy Dev? Eric and Brad. Where's Eric and Brad? We need to know where they at, Clay.
Listen.
I had two dudes yesterday. I don't know if you saw it, by the name of Eric and Brad.
Nah.
These two dudes, oh man, they was going so hard. They was like, no Diddy. They was like, hey, where's this information? You mad because we exposing you? I asked them, I said, now when this comes out to be true, are you gonna come back and stand on your square? Yeah.
They're not here today. I bet you.
I bet you they don't come back today. Kiki, peace and blessings to the queen in the super chat, dropping that cinco on the super chat. She said Blue was right again. Yes, we was, queen.
I don't know
Yes,
why
we
they
was.
reached. I don't know why they reached so far to try to discredit you. What you were saying wasn't like you was like looking in your magic crystal ball. So it was just math. It was just what made sense. It was just probability. It was just the reality of what we're looking at.
But what I said yesterday, Clay, I said, I got some good friends. I do live in New York.
Right.
This was the New York State Athletic Commission.
Right. I didn't have to reach out to Vegas.
I mean, this is pretty well in reach.
Yup.
Well, Rod P, brother in the super chat. Appreciate you, great brother. Now, Clay, this is the thing, right? Right? This is the thing. And this goes back to what I was saying about Henry and Ryan. I mean, Henry and Ryan's mom, right?
The
And we
deflectors.
both dads. We both grown men. We both dads. So we can speak on this. We're not trolling his parents. We just speaking real, right? His behavior is a reflection of their lack of accountability.
Yes.
Right? You see how now he's coming out he's acting like he's responding. He has kids. Right? They grandparents.
Right.
He has kids.
Right.
He's responding like a kid. Oh, well, I guess I just did it. That's something kids do.
100%.
Right?
100%.
Instead of taking responsibility, instead of his reaction, his response is not that of an adult that has kids. His response is the nature of a child that will respond when we catch our kids doing something. Well, I guess I did it. Right? That's the nature of a kid. Instead of saying, well, listen, as an adult, me and you being grown men, him being a grown man, as adults, we would say, hey, listen, this is unfortunate. I don't know how it got there.
Right.
I'm going to research it. You know what I'm saying? More power to Devin Haney. I apologize to the people. He can't do that. His reaction is that of a kid. Even when, remember, dating back to his situation, right? With his children's mother. When he divorced her as she had the baby, his reaction was not that of a grown man, it was that of a kid. Well, this was a long time coming. No, we're not talking about that. It's the circumstances, it's the timing, it's the
100%.
it's your morals, right? It's your dignity. He
Right.
doesn't have that because his parents don't hold him accountable.
Right.
And we can clearly see they never did. So now that he tests positive, he's blaming any and everybody for testing positive. That's the actions again of a child.
100%. Entitled, spoiled child.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Because myself, you, when you're a grown man, right? And again, we can speak on this. It's
Right.
not, we're not chastising his parents, but we just pointing out the obvious as parents,
Yeah.
right? Your behavior is like your dad is out here. Because Clay, if me and you are out here making up excuses for us not having a job, making
Right.
excuses for not being able to put food on the table, well,
We're
guess
looking
what our
crazy.
kids are going to do when they grow
The
up?
same thing.
They're gonna repeat the same thing. And so what his dad
And,
is
and,
doing
and
now,
I've seen that. I've
right,
seen that.
right. And so what his dad is doing right now, Clay, he's out here pointing the finger in any and everybody. Well,
Everybody.
look what Devin did with Regis Prograis. What does that have to do with your son testing positive for a banned substance? He missed weight by 3.2 pounds. And again, no accountability. Oh, well, Devin agreed to it. Where is the accountability?
Right. Right.
There is none. What's your thoughts on that?
Back. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Somebody had called me how to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But,
Yeah.
but,
No
but you,
accountability.
no accountability, Clay.
Zero. Even in the eye
Zero.
of the storm, where you're faced. It's May 23rd. Still
Right.
nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
No,
The,
it's
the,
it's it's still going to be your father. Your mom came on here, and this is the thing. They doing him more harm than they're doing him good.
right.
Because her coming on here and your father come. See, they're not speaking as adults. They're speaking as emotional parents, and that's the problem.
100%.
She comes on here and she's telling the world, well, the doctor gave it to him. Well, if the doctor gave it to him, that's not our problem.
Yeah, and hand over what the doctor gave to him to at least have something solid. You just talking like, all right,
Hmm.
hand over the supplement or the medication so we can get
Right,
to the bottom of this.
right,
That's it.
right. But in return, right, Clay, just as parents, if our kids test positive, okay, let's see where this came from. Okay, this is unfortunate, right? No, she's saying, well, it's the doctor's fault. No, it's your fault.
Period.
The doctors will get the Clay, doctors.
I can't hear you. I don't hear you. Nope. Do you hear me? Yeah, I don't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I said doctors will prescribe you aspirin and Advil. That's over the
Right.
counter. That don't mean it's good for you.
Right. Right. Only you know what you can take and what you can't take. The doctor
Right,
is going to prescribe whatever he thinks is going to fix the issue, but he's not taking into consideration you preparing for a fight and
right,
what's not allowed on a banned list. You
right,
have that banned list. Not, you
right,
know what I mean? If you're going to put it in communication and put everything there where the doctor has a copy of this and he's aware of all these different variables that are important to you and your career and what you're
right,
doing outside of him treating whatever mental illness or physical ailment that you have. He has no consideration for your legitimacy in a fight, for you being
right,
eligible to fight in a legal way. That's not his job to do that.
right. And it's just like this, right, Clay? You go to the doctor. You drive trucks, I drive trucks, right?
Yes,
You
sir.
get tired, your back will start hurting, right?
Right.
You go to the doctor, right, Clay? We know when you drive trucks, it's very, very strict. The rules,
100%.
100%, right? Can we drive and take a muscle relaxer and then tell the law, well, the doctor gave it to me?
Hell no. We got to sit our asses at home. That's it.
Right,
We
right,
home until we off that pill.
right,
Until we off of that, we home.
right, right. So whose fault is that?
100%. And
Right,
they they're doing a hard, and like you said, there's a pattern here, a
right,
pattern of a lack of accountability where
right,
you guys are aware. It's one or two things. It's
Right.
either I'm going to respect you as an intelligent person, I'm going to hold you accountable for what you do, or I'm
Right.
going to realize you're not an intelligent person. I'm going to make excuses for you and be like, well, you know, they stupid. So
Right.
what do you want me to do? Which one is it? If you want me to respect you as an intelligent person, then listen.
Right.
Then we understand the probability of you not understanding how the system works, even from the beginning with the whole entire, why did they not show the test results? The night, you know damn well they took the test on a Friday and a Saturday. It has
Right.
to go somewhere. You got paperwork showing you the results coming back to you 12 days later after you sent out the results. So
Mm-hmm.
you're being disingenuous. You're being
Right.
disingenuous, which usually means you're lying.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like if your girl catches you doing something foul or dirty and you try to throw in her face, babe, you know me. You
Right.
know I would never do nothing like that. It's like,
Right.
okay,
Right.
but can I
Right.
get a little more? Stop
Right.
playing the whole entire you know me thing. I
Right.
got some evidence showing
Right.
something else. So what the
Right.
hell was you doing?
Right.
Don't try to work on my emotions and
Right.
play with me. Ryan
Right.
Garcia's been fighting all these years. Why would he? I don't know why he would. Why do the other people who get caught 30 fights into their careers, 50 fights into their careers
Right.
do it? I
Right.
don't got time to figure that psychology out.
Right.
The science says it was in your system. Do you know why?
Right.
Well, then get a
Exactly.
doctor to find out why. That's it.
Right. That's it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? It's like it goes back to what we saying, right? I ain't never drink my whole life, but today I get a D weed. So I go and tell my family, y'all know me, I don't drink. Well, you got a D weed right now. Well,
Felt the breathalyzer taste, brother.
right. You might not have drank your whole life, but you did today. Period.
Yeah.
So, so I don't get it. I don't get why the justification. It would be better. And this is what I tell people. And salute to the Queen, Destiny Black, in the building in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on into the super chat. She said, "Blue, I want Royal Orange to be his new black. I want his celly to be straight caller and be about that pride, that pride life. I love you. I, I how you catch my drift. Okay, bye. Oh, I know you catch my drift. Oh, facts, facts, Queen. Damian Arnold, brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco on the super chat. In the super chat, Ryan's legal team is claiming he passes a hair follicle test. Still no accountability. Still none. Still
The hair
none.
follicle test is a third party test, A, B.
Right.
Bill Haney already said he wasn't even aware of that test being done. So listen,
And,
at
and
the
then
end,
and then here's the thing though, Clay. How we know, just like he said, oh, Victor Conte and Vada is on the side of Devin Haney. Well, how do we know this hair follicle test that you quote unquote did ain't on the side of you?
how do we know it's not your dog's hair?
Right,
We don't know what it is. You know what
right,
I mean? At the end of the day, what do you want? You volunteered for this testing pool. This is very important to understand. You volunteered for a testing pool because you said they were credible. You thought they were the most credible source pool to get involved in. They gave you results that you'll throw in our face in 2 seconds because those other 5, 6 results that they're talking about, they're WADA.
right,
They're specimens that was collected by VADA. But
right,
you want us to discount this last result from the company. I asked
right,
Henry Garcia on a show on the Mill City. I asked him, I said, at what point did you guys lose faith in the VADA system of collecting specimens and WADA's system in testing the specimen? What point did you? Because at some point you thought they were credible. At
right,
what point were they not credible?
right,
Well, I don't know. I don't know when it. Okay, I'm letting my lawyers and my. Okay, you throwing lawyers at me like I'm a cop. I'm gonna leave you alone. Because at
right,
the end of the day, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If it's good when it's negative, it's good when it's positive. You
right,
gotta
right,
at some point you have to accept the results and start looking into why the results was like that on the supplement side. Stop trying to discredit they discredited everybody from Vada, Wada to Paulie Malignaggi, Chris Algieri, Mario Lopez, Steve Kim. They've gone down the list. Like anybody in the space who's anybody who said anything, they discredit them. They're all pieces of this. They're all pieces of that. You guys have no accountability. Not
none.
even, not even to be like, listen, let me tell you what I can tell you for sure. We didn't do this on purpose.
Right,
But clearly there must be some contaminant. We're gonna find out, but we would never do something like this. We didn't do this on purpose. No, it's
right,
just a lie. It's
right.
just a lie.
And but again, it goes back to what you said, right? I'm glad you said that, because the lack of accountability, he instantly discredits everything around him. So you came on here and you bragged, you boast, and you were celebrated that the Nandrolone was cleared, right? You was cleared of the Nandrolone. You
Mm-hmm.
celebrated that, but it's the same company and the same testing, like
100%.
you said. So it's okay. It's credible and it works. The system works when it passes you, but it's not credible and the system don't work and it's broken and it's corrupt. When you fail, that
100%.
don't make no sense.
That's what they want to sell us.
Right.
That's what they want us to
Wh-
ride with. And the
Which makes
fans are off the chain with it because, like I told you a little bit earlier when we talked, I'm not even tripping on Ryan Garcia as bad as people might think.
right,
I think it's very realistic that it was a contaminated substance. I think it's realistic that he didn't do it on purpose to hurt Devin.
right.
But the boxing space, yo, you
Disgusting.
guys have been uniquely weird and fanboyish with this topic. Like
Right,
this is a unique, like, yo, you guys really reaching. These
right,
guys put out a Devin Haney rehydration clause nonsense from 2 fights ago, December 10th. That's going
right,
on 6 months ago.
right.
What in the world? When did this become anything relevant in this topic right now?
And to
And
make
and
it
on the
worse,
day of the test results coming out, on the day, come
right,
on.
and to make it worse, right, Clay? To make it worse, on top of that, Regis is eating up the debate. Like, bro, what are you
Yeah,
talking about? He's letting them put a battery. Oh yeah, I didn't even know about that, bro. Stop. You're making yourself look silly now.
you're reaching and asking for the belt back. Are you
Right,
serious?
right,
Bro, don't let them put that battery in your back, bro. You know
right,
better. And like I said before, Regis, there's a possibility that the reason you didn't know about it is because it didn't fucking exist.
right,
Listen, I went on to the California the State of Athletic Commission rules and bylaws, right?
right,
Nothing in there addressing this.
right,
Nothing there addressing this, right? You guys are referencing an article that was on ESPN about something that was offered to the California State Athletic Commission as something that needs to be changed. We have
right,
no evidence that it's actually been implemented and that it's an actual active clause.
right,
And hence, you're also putting in credibility, question the credibility of the WBC, of the California State Athletic Commission, of Eddie Hearn, of Devin Haney, because you guys are so smart. You caught something that nobody else could catch.
right,
And now we just have to go back and sue somebody and get his belt back.
right.
Come
And
on,
and
bro.
and, and, and on top of that, right? They did they did the weigh-in, right?
Uh-huh.
So when the athletic the California Athletic Commission did the weigh-in, they didn't realize he was over the whole point of that quote unquote was supposed to be that percentage is supposed to be a limitation. So when the California State Athletic Commission weighed you that day, they didn't realize you was overweight
They
to
let this
say,
dude walk away with a WBC title, bro.
right, right. You can't make this up. Salute to Patrick Shear, brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco on us in the super chat. Salute. Hey, do me a favor, people, man. Get the likes up, man. We got 900 people and we don't even have 200 likes. It's disgusting, man. I know we don't have 200 detract.
No, I don't hear you. What happened to StreamYard? What happened to StreamYard? Let me see. I don't hear you still. Nah, you got to do the same thing. Whatever you did before, that whole process, do it again. Good. I don't hear you. Nope. Nope.
How about now?
Yep.
Okay. Mr. O, my brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco on us in the super chat. I wish Devin would just rematch this and forget the DQ or suspension. They need to rematch. Yeah, but that's not up to Devin. That's up to the boxing commission.
And I'd like to tap into that to say this. Everybody putting pressure on Devin Haney to fight Ryan Garcia again. And Devin Haney's made it clear that he has no interest in fighting Ryan Garcia again. and they want to throw shots at Devin about it, right? And I'm not here to listen. First of all, I'm not even a Devin Haney fan like that. If you really want to know, I'm a Bud Crawford fan. You know what I'm saying? I respect Devin Haney. I respect all fighters. So this has nothing to do with fan talk right here. Boxing, Blue, if me and you
Hold on one
coordinate.
second, Clay. Hold on one second. People, we have 1,000 people here and we have 200 likes.
That's crazy.
People, smash the like button. Get the likes all the way up, people. Get the likes up to 500 or we stepping away, man. Come on, man. It don't cost you nothing. The like button is absolutely free. Stop moonlighting and participate. It don't cost you a thing. Show support, respect, man. Come on, man. Jerome Barber, brother in the super chat. Much love, family. He says Psalms will not appear in a hair sample. Salute, Blue. Exactly. I was getting ready to get to that. I was just gonna let Clay cook and get it right into that because see, this is what they don't realize, right, Clay? Jaquan, brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on your boy Blue. Everyone is the hero of their own story, even the villains. All facts. Here's the thing, right, Clay? And I'm like let you get back to what you were saying. Is I live in the bodybuilding world. I used to do bodybuilding.
Mm.
So people be saying these things. I just don't know exactly what this person took, that person took. There's loopholes. So Psalms, right? These types of one of the brothers asked me which one is worse, and I said it depends what you mask it with and what you combine it with, right? That's what can strengthen it. You know, they can feed off each other, things of
Mm-hmm.
that nature. And what's your goal, your ultimate goal? And like I said to somebody, I don't believe that Ryan was looking to have an advantage as far as power or things like that. He couldn't cut the weight, but he wanted to cut the weight and stay strong. You understand what I'm saying?
100%. He
And
didn't want to cut muscle. He just wanted to cut the
just to
everything
cut the
else.
fat, right?
Right.
And he had to cut that water out. But cutting that water out, our bodies are naturally made of water.
Right.
So if you harm, we're harming ourselves when you cut the water out because it's coming off your brain on top of it
Mm-hmm.
and your organs. So your body wants to naturally retain the water.
Right.
And if you are not doing what you're supposed to do as far as your diet and your way of living,
Mm-hmm.
your body, especially when you're putting alcohol and things like that into your body is going to retain water to protect your organs.
Right.
Because when you drink alcohol and things of that nature, it is dehydrating. It is draining the water out of your body. So
Right.
it's dehydrating you, right? So your body naturally wants to hold on to whatever water is available, particularly out the fat cells, to be able to protect the organs.
Right.
So when you live in the lifestyle that Ryan is living, right, then you need help.
You have to
And
compensate.
so, right. And so that help, right, that help comes in the form of other substance supplements to be able to
Right.
do both, right? Your
Right.
body don't care about nothing. Your brain, your body doesn't care about nothing but the organs because it has to survive.
Right.
So your brain is going to tell your body, I don't care if your feet got to suffer. I don't care if your hands got to suffer. Hence the reason why people that have and
Hypothermia.
disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, but I am a nurse. So your ankles swell because
Right.
your heart is going. The first thing your heart is going to do is, I don't need you. We don't need our feet,
Right.
but we need our heart. So
Right.
whatever else got to suffer, the brain is going to say, well, it's going to be a process by elimination until we get to me, meaning the brain and the heart. We are the most two important things here. So we are going to protect us by any means necessary, even if that calls for your hands, your feet, your ankles, whatever else got to suffer until it hits the other organs, and then eventually it's over.
Yeah. Same thing with hypothermia, right? Like when you go through hypothermia, you know what I mean, your toes will start turning black, your feet, everything will start working because it's going to control that blood flow and send it to where it needs it the most to keep you alive. And you're going to start losing limbs, right? Um, what I was commenting on earlier was just to keep it simple and say that boxing is an honorable sport. me and you, Blue Blood, could set up a boxing match. But if we're going to agree to a boxing match with rules, there's a certain amount of respect there. There's an understanding and a certain amount of respect. Like, you're going to abide by these rules, and you believe me and respect my honor and integrity that I'm going to abide by these rules.
Right.
That's what makes us putting a fight together even plausible.
Right.
For Devin Haney to jump back inside the ring with Ryan Garcia, there has to be a certain amount of trust there and understanding about what we're going to do. Devin Haney can't go ahead and deplete himself and get himself down to 140, make the weight, make sure he's not watching every supplement he's putting in his body, watching how he's eating, watching rehydration clauses, and Ryan Garcia doesn't have to concede to none of those terms and still can walk away, beat Devin Haney up, and then everybody will sit there and be like, you lost. So it's going to take time and a certain amount of structure for Devin Haney and his team to feel comfortable enough to put a fight together with Ryan Garcia. That's understandable. Right. So, to answer to the question as far as him having to rematch Ryan Garcia, ideally, right? Yeah. But what's the journey? What's the route to getting that done in a way to where Devin Haney and his team are comfortable enough with the fact that they know that Ryan Garcia isn't going to be using IVs. He's not going to be using tainted supplements. He's not going to. He's going to make the weight the night of the fight.
Right.
Clearly, the structure that's been provided didn't stop him from doing that. Right.
Yeah. Exactly. I am Danny 716. I thought you had more integrity than that, man. I thought you guys are showing me your true colors, boy. And here, it shows me that fighters and fans have no integrity. They are just as bad as fighters cheating. They don't care if you cheat as long as it's a fighter you don't like. To come on here after a man tested positive for a banned substance, a performance enhancer, and say Devin lost fair and square, it just shows the lack of integrity that you have as a person, because that should be the last thing on your brain.
100%.
It just goes to show the lack of integrity that boxing fans have. Because again, like me and you talked about earlier, right? This don't happen. This don't happen in no other space but boxing. Only this type of actions can live in the sport of boxing. It cannot live in no other. It can only function as a fungus in the sport of boxing. It cannot. It can't reside nowhere else. Nowhere else can this reside. If you cheated in the NFL, you cheated. No, there's no fans going to be talking about, well, they lost fair and square. That don't exist. It don't exist in no other circles of life. This doesn't exist. Only in the sport of boxing can you come on here and a man tests positive for performance enhancers, cheating, missed weight by 3.2 pounds, and never had intentions to make weight. And then you can come here and say, "Well, Devin lost fair and square." You need to look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, "What are you doing wrong in your real life?"
That's a
Because
fact.
you show lack of integrity.
No,
That's what that shows.
no integrity whatsoever, Blue. Like,
None.
and then, like I said earlier, this has been way more exposing for the community than it ever will be for Ryan Garcia.
Right.
Ryan Garcia could have legitimately made mistakes. He could have literally just took something he shouldn't have taken inside of a supplement that he didn't realize was there. There's so many possibilities that don't have Ryan Garcia looking like the worst person in the world. But the space, yo,
Right.
So the next time that somebody pops on a test, which was just recently, Erica Cruz just popped as well. But the next time somebody you care about or you're a fan of has to deal with this situation, I want to see where that energy is going to be at.
Right. Because see, this is the thing. This is what I know, and this is why it makes it so terrible. Right. It makes it disgusting. Right. Because if Devin Haney missed weight by 3.2 pounds and tested positive for a banned substance, these dudes wouldn't be sitting here talking about, well, Ryan lost fair and square. You'll be the first person here talking about Devin cheated, and it's
100%.
disgusting. Salute to Domingo Benella, my brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on the super chat. What's good, Blue? Do you agree with boxers cutting crazy weight to get an edge, or should more boxers fight closer to their natural weight? I mean, making weight is a skill, and it's a discipline. You understand what I'm saying? And if you could do it, do it. You understand what I'm saying? But again, this is something else people have to take into consideration. Jose Feliciano, brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on the super chat. He said you have to earned the title match with the champ. Queen Ryan doesn't deserve no rematch. Cheaters never prosper. Facts. So here's the thing: people don't understand, and let me say this right. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help you. Okay. It doesn't help a fighter that's cutting weight. It hurts him as well.
Liver, kidney, everything.
Right. It hurts you as well. So everybody is suffering. That's why it's a sacrifice that Devin Haney made, and Ryan Garcia chose not to make it. And y'all want to celebrate, and it's disgusting. So you want
Yeah,
to talk about, well, Devin Haney cheat. I'm not talking about what Devin Haney did. We're talking about this situation. You
one
talking
hundred
about
percent.
Devin Haney, a made up story that somebody made up to defend and deflect from what's going on. Talking about Devin Haney cheated with the weight when he came in over 15 pounds. You didn't even know that existed until Henry Garcia and these dudes out here, these other platforms, creating these false narratives talking about the California State Athletic Commission only allows you to come in a certain percentage amount of weight over at the next fight. You didn't even know that existed.
Please provide a link to the documentation that supports that argument. I'm telling you, I need to see the link. I'm ready to be humbled. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I went to public high school. You heard? So it's very
Right.
possible that I could be delusional. Please send me the link.
But to make it worse, though, Clay, he only outweighed Regis by 8 pounds.
Right.
So what are you dudes talking about? Y'all making it seem like Regis didn't rehydrate 17 pounds himself. You sound silly. Canelo outweighed Floyd by 20 pounds. Ain't nobody talk, and they fought in Nevada. Nobody's talking about the athletic commission, the percentage. What are you talking about? Tyson Fury outweighed Alexander Usyk by 40 pounds and was nearly
Listen,
knocked out and lost.
listen. Jarrell Big Baby Miller almost 100 pounds over Daniel Dubois
And lost and got
and
stopped.
lost. Got stopped.
And got stopped. Deontay Wilder dropped Tyson Fury 4 times in 3 fights. He outweighed him an average of 42 pounds per fight.
Right.
We talking about 8 pounds. And y'all talking about 8 pounds is cheated to try to make a comparison to testing positive for a banned substance. You should be ashamed of yourself.
No comparison.
There is no comparison.
No
Floyd was
comparison.
outweighed by Oscar and Canelo. Oscar outweighed Floyd by 14 to 15 pounds.
Right.
Canelo outweighed him by 20 pounds.
Right. Right.
And it didn't matter. So
Now it
you
does.
trying to come up with a deflection in order to justify Ryan Garcia testing positive for a banned substance. And get this, Clay. Here's the thing that gets me even more, right, Clay? Devin didn't miss weight on the scale. They
Made it.
talking about what he rehydrated to. But to make it worse, Regis rehydrated 17 pounds himself. He weighed
Regis was considered
157.
a big 140 pounder. You know what I'm saying? Like a pretty decent sized 140 pounder.
Right.
At the end of the day, nobody involved in this. Honestly, you fans really didn't say too much about it either, but some people did talk about the rehydration. But as far as Regis, as far as the WBC sanctioning bodies, as far as anybody involved in this fight, nobody's ever said nothing about this.
No. And to make it worse, right, Clay? How come it's the weight is only leaked when it's Devin Haney?
100%.
What did Ryan Garcia weigh on April 20th?
I heard rumors, but I don't have it factually.
Right. But
Right.
it's just miraculously, there's no leaked information on
Well,
that,
the rumors is Ryan weighed less than Devin, right? That's what they're saying,
which
right?
is utterly ridiculous.
You could see that he was bigger than Devin, but whatever.
Clearly, Vulcan is my brother in the super chat dropping that dub on us in the super chat. He said, Blue Blood in chat. Salute to my brother Vulcan. Salute to you, brother. Salute to my brother J Pitty City in the super chat dropping that Cinco on us in the super chat. That's messed up with Erica Cruz. She was on the up and up following her loss to Amanda Serrano last year. Yep. Vietnamese style, my brother in the super chat dropping that half a dub Honest in the super chat. It should criminal blue. These cheating clowns messing with people's lives. All facts. But you have people in here. It just disgusts me. It disgusts me when I see people with wrenches in here and in here talking about. Well, he just lost. It's so disgusting, bro. Clay. It goes through me like the hot knife with butter, man.
Right,
Like it
right,
just. It is so disgusting. I've never seen this. This don't reside in nowhere else. Because imagine if this was Tank. Nobody will be sitting there talking about, well, Tank is just being a sore loser. Not a single person in here.
right.
Not a single person. But it's the right person. And that's what makes it okay. Because it's the right person. As
One hundred
long as it's
percent.
Devin Haney and it's a person you don't fancy, oh, it's okay.
He deserves it.
He
He
deserves it.
deserves it. That's what
Well,
they thinking.
he not a single soul talking about, well, Triple G just lost. Where's that? Where do we do that at? In the sport of
Here
boxing.
in boxing, here in this space right now, that seems to be the energy, and it seems to be the narrative getting pushed across a lot of these spaces, man. I mean, it's been appalling, to be honest with you, to see how people have been like really uncomfortable with. That's why I said to most people I talk to in different spaces, I say, let's just say fighter A and fighter B. Get Devin out the conversation, because Devin got y'all your better judgment compromised. So get
Right,
Devin out your head. Let's just say fighter A and fighter B, and let's make it fair across the board and just call it for what it is. Your inability to be able to just understand that PDs is wrong, bro, in combat sports, in any
right,
sport, but combat sports especially. They're
right,
punching each other in the head, man. It's dangerous as it is. As it
right,
is, it's dangerous. People are dying all the time, especially in recent times. A lot of people are dying. And a lot of
right,
it has to do with, and shout out to that guy who said earlier about the weight cuts. Listen, I'm an advocate for these fighters fighting closer to their weights. You know what I mean? I think cutting that weight is dangerous for a lot of these guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just keeping it 100 that I think Devin's weight cut had a lot to do with his ability to absorb punches that night. You know what I'm saying? And why he was
right,
getting knocked down. I think he had a bad weight cut. I think he put on too much muscle. He got real strong, and he had a harder weight cut than he did for the Regis Prograis fight. And I think that affected him in the fight. That's dangerous. He can get hurt in a situation that way. And then you compound the fact with somebody potentially using PEDs in the ring
and
with you
purposely miss weight.
and purposely missing weight, it gets even more dangerous. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? So the sport is a dangerous sport, man. We have to take this performance enhancement drug thing seriously. We can't sit here and make no excuses or he deserved it or what Devin did. That doesn't justify what happened inside of that ring that night or that weekend or Ryan Garcia's preparation for this fight, period.
right. And shouts out to Domingo Benilla, my brother in the super chat, dropping that dub. Honest in the super chat. He said, if Allah is the perfect planner, like Devin says, God gave Devin a sign to get out of that fight when Ryan came in overweight. That was supposed to that that was God's sign for Devin, but Dev took the money instead. Not money. Not all money is good money. Agreed. Salute to
I ain't
my
gonna
brother
lie to you. I
H
agree with
Dub.
that.
H Dub, brother in the super chat, dropping that dub. Honest in the super chat. He said, what's good, great brother? Man, it's a blessing, great brother. Blessed to be here. Salute to Props Channel, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a hundo. Honest in the super chat. Much love, family. So and smash the like button, man. Get the likes to 500, man. Get the likes up to 500. Subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed. Now, that's what I'm saying, right, Clay? People are talking about, oh well, look, Devin rehydrated. Ryan purposely missed weight in this fight.
Period. In my
Purposely.
opinion.
3.2 pounds. For one, that's unprofessional. Two, that should be a slap in the face to the fans. Because it was supposed to be a title fight. And it became a non-title fight. Right?
Right.
That's disrespectful to the sport. is no discipline, lack of discipline. There's no professionalism, nothing.
Right.
Okay? And then what did he rehydrate? Purposely rehydrating extremely high. And then testing positive for a banned substance. You trying
Yeah.
to compare that to Devin Haney making weight and naturally rehydrating his body, and you complaining. That you trying to compare and say that's the same thing?
Nowhere near it, and you know it in your heart. You know it. You know
Right,
it's not. That's nonsense.
right,
You know it's not. We're adults. We're adults. We have kids we're raising. We're supposed to
right,
be teaching our kids about integrity, honor, giving them morals. You're not teaching your kid no nonsense like that. You're not
right,
speaking like that with your kids. Stop it.
right.
Stop it.
No accountability, nothing.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. That's like your kid going into the store stealing a pack of gum, and you sitting there like, well, you know what? Those people in that store, I don't like them anyway, bro. So
Right,
you know what I'm saying? They
exactly.
deserve to get the gum stolen. Really?
Right,
That's what
right.
you're gonna tell your
Well, they
kid, or you're gonna make him bring that gum back?
it's like this, right? Uh, uh, it's like saying this, like you just said, right? Now imagine me saying, well, they shouldn't have had that gum that close to the outside. It's enticing to the kids. What?
What they expect my kid to do?
Right. And what they expect them to do? They was dangling it out there.
You know he like candy. Come on, bro.
Right. And then taking the IV and then saying, well, it was just because he was dehydrated. What? That's what cutting weight is, being dehydrated.
Insanity. The
Yeah.
the sport is suffering based off the fans and what the fans are accepting and not accepting. You know what I mean?
Right.
Straight up.
That's what
That's
I'm saying. It's like it's like I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Uh 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 like people just want to justify it because people don't like Devin Haney. That's sad. It's sad. This dude, what did he do to deserve that? You understand what I'm saying, Clay? What did he
100%,
do?
bro.
What did he do in his life to deserve? All he wanted to do was fight the best. His dad is supposed to promote him and tell the world his son is the best. But
Yeah.
you just want to see him lose.
But if you're not a fan of him, it's okay. But
Right.
what? How does this get this deep? This
And that,
hatred, this part. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Right.
Like it gets a little too deep. Just don't. Yo, you don't think he's who he says he is? He's not the face of boxing. He's not a pound for pound fighter. He can get beat by your favorite fighter any given Sunday. That's what's up. It's the sport of boxing. That's what's up. That's what's up. We'll see when they get in the ring with each other. And you know what I mean? We'll all enjoy it. But
Right.
this shit right here,
It's
this shit is
different.
deep. This is different.
We got to keep it clean, great brother.
I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. This
No
stuff
no
right
problem.
here, this stuff right here is different, man. It hits different. It looks different. It's taking me some time to really. A lot of boxing spaces, man, on here. A lot of content creators I've been looking at, like you guys are really going far with this, huh? This is really deep. Like you guys really going far with this. Like
Right.
this is beyond entertaining. It's not even that entertaining anymore because it's just
Right.
like, man, bro, you guys like kind of wishing death on this kid.
Right.
Like
Right. Right.
you wishing death on him.
It's so weird to me, right? It's like it completely drained me of my my passion for the sport.
I know it had to.
It completely like I got to the point where I'm looking at this and I'm like, really, really
I'm
is
appalled. I hate to say, but I'm appalled.
I am. And Clay, you know what's so weird to me, right? I'm sitting here and I'm thinking and I'm like, man, imagine if Floyd would have lost.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Imagine if Floyd would have lost, bro. The amount of people praying for him to lose. Imagine if he would have finally lost.
It'd been a parade.
Oh, they wouldn't have cared. And the thing is that gets me so much, right, Clay? Is
Hmm.
remember, and it takes me back to that, right? Because remember when Floyd said, when they first talking about the Pacquiao Floyd fight, and remember Floyd was like, "Hey man, I'll fight him, but he got to take a test." Remember,
Right.
everybody blamed Floyd.
Yeah.
Floyd is ducking. Floyd trying to implement rules that don't exist in the sport of boxing because there was no this type of testing,
Right.
right?
Right.
Floyd trying to implement rules in the sport of boxing that ain't never been there. Now who he think he is, so on and so forth, right? They blame Floyd for 5 years, which this situation lets me know, right, Clay? That remember people back then were saying, "Oh man, it don't matter. Floyd should just fight him." It now convinced me now, right, Clay?
Right.
It convinced me now that people didn't care how Floyd lost, just as long as he lost.
100%. 100%. Stop crying. Get in the
Yeah,
ring and fight him. What are you worried about steroids? You the best, ain't you? Fight somebody
right,
on steroids.
right. And so here's the thing, right? And salute to my brother H Dub back in the building, back in the super chat, dropping another cinco on this in the super chat. He said it's like the sprint car races. People go watch the crash, not the sport. It's sad. It is. Right. So check this out, right, Clay? So I was thinking about it, right? And I'm like, is it a race thing, right? And then it hit me. It's not. You know what happens, Clay? Canelo already lost. So nobody cares no more.
Right.
Right? Pacquiao
Right.
was already knocked out. So nobody cares no more. Because this is what showed me that, right, Clay? Tyson Fury losing. They don't care. As long as Tyson Fury lost, nobody cares. They just wanted the people that had disdain for Tyson Fury. And again, I'm Team Wilder, so you know how I felt about that situation.
Right.
But right is right, right? So immediately, when we looked at the situation, right, with is it a cross? Is it an inhaler? What is it? Right?
Right.
We can't make out what it is, right? Immediately, people jumped on the side was, man, he ain't cheating. You can't even see it on the video. But as long as Tyson Fury lost, nobody cared.
Nobody
They
cared.
didn't care how he lost, as long as he lost.
Bring him down off his high horse.
That's it. Because there's always going to be a group of folks that don't like a fighter. Right? The thing that makes the sport special, Clay, is that you have the Mexican fan base, you have the African American fan base. That's what makes it special, right? But
Right.
it goes too far. It
Some of the
goes too
stuff that
far.
I've heard messages, it gets crazy, bro. I didn't realize how the space was, bro. I'm be real with you. I did not realize how this space was, how racist it can get out here. It gets real crazy out here, bro.
Yeah,
Especially between the Latino community and the black community. It
yeah.
gets
It
crazy.
it gets bad. And the thing is, right? It's like I'm so taken back because I'm like, wow. Remember, and then this is the thing, right, Clay? Because I thought about this. And salute to Jose Feliciano, brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco on the super chat. Cutting weight is a skill on its own. Shows true discipline, even overweight. And on Pez, Ryan couldn't finish. Haney proven, couldn't finish Haney. Proven Haney has an iron chin. All facts, again. Now, check this out, right, Clay? And I know you remember this. When Oscar lost to Trinidad,
Right.
although majority of people felt like he won the fight, nobody cared. They just was happy Oscar finally lost.
100%. Nobody cared about the
Even
ranks.
right, even the Mexican fan base was remember this, Clay? 'Cause I know you remember this. They was like, see, because Oscar not even a real Mexican.
Not a real Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were
So
waiting
they
on that
just
too.
they just wanted to see Oscar lose. And once he lost, everything was quite all right after that.
100%.
And
100%.
and now Devin Haney lost. Man, listen.
And that's the biggest argument. This is the whole problem with the Ryan Garcia situation is that they feel like the loss is going to get taken away. This is where the anxiety and the reaction is. Like, you ain't taking this loss away from him. I don't care if he was using the steroids. He is not. You not taking this loss Devin Haney lost that fight. That's why as soon as you bring up the topic, they're going to be quick to remind you, yo, that had nothing to do why Devin Haney lost. Nobody's talking about what it had to do with. We're just talking about the legitimacy of a test and it being in the system. And we should all be standing in solidarity in that one point, whoever you're a fan of. Yo, bro, if that's what he did, that's messed up, bro. He needs to be held accountable. Period.
Right. And G tatted up, what up, nephew? And that's what it should be. That's it. That's all. But it's not that. And so Clay, I'm looking at this situation, right? And I'm saying to myself, wow, I'm just sitting back these days, right? And I'm looking at the situation and I'm like, wow, bro. It's as long as Devin Haney lost, that's all people are concerned with.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. They don't
And
care how he
you're not
lost.
taking it, and you're not taking it away from us.
Right. And you can't take it away from us because we saw what we saw.
Period.
That's it. That's all.
Period.
We saw what we saw, and that's it. You can't
And it
erase
got to
what we saw.
stay. More importantly, it has to stay on the paper. Like the documentation has to stay. Because
Right.
even seeing what they saw is not enough. Because just coming off of his record as a loss is like, what? The
Right.
audacity. Nah, that's not fair. I mean, everybody's just going so crazy over the
Right.
situation. Instead of
Right.
holding who you should be holding. If you're really upset, you should hold Ryan Garcia accountable. Like, damn, you took away our victory.
Right.
Feel like
Right.
that. Hold Ryan Garcia accountable for
Right.
that.
Right. You tainted our victory.
Right.
But again, they adopt the personality of the fighter.
100%.
So he don't take accountability. Why would they? The fans ain't gonna take accountability. His parents don't take accountability. Nobody takes
Nobody does.
accountability.
Nobody.
So, and then you have like I like to call it some rabbit fan bases, right?
Uh-huh.
Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson could lose and nobody cares,
Right.
right? They're still going to overly support him, right? And I
100%.
believe that that's what Tank Davis have. He got a fan base where if Tank loses tomorrow, right, they're not gonna care. They'll justify it. Like
Right.
Mike Tyson lost, it was justifiable, right? Everybody just it was because he wasn't in his right mind, because he was set up, because this person, it was because of Cus D'Amato. And I
Right.
tell people, do you know Mike Tyson won his first world title after Cus transitioned?
Right.
People don't. People say Mike was never the same since Cus transitioned. He didn't win his first title until after Cus transitioned.
That's one of Mike Tyson's worst feelings in the world that he talks about how he didn't get a chance to share that with him.
Right. But people be like, he was never the same since Cus. Wait a minute. He won a world title after Cus transition.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Make this make sense. So,
It
but
doesn't.
again, it's because of some fighters just have rabid fan bases.
And you also a lot of fighters got fans who don't know how to be boxing fans.
Right. Like
They don't.
Ryan's.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't
Right.
understand. Somebody said on one of my messages on my video said, Ryan Garcia. A lot of us have been fans of Ryan Garcia ever since he was 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize how deep it went. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's basically stating that they would never accept, you know what I'm saying,
It,
him
it,
cheating or doing something like that. They would never
and
accept it.
it goes back to, and shouts out to Robert Garcia because he said that. He said you can't expect Ryan Garcia fans to be what's the word he said? You can't expect them to be reasonable because they're not boxing fans. You can't
Right.
expect them to understand what's going on because they're not boxing fans to begin with. They're just fans of Ryan Garcia.
Right.
So you asking people to do something that's not in their nature. They don't even know what you're talking about.
Right.
They don't know the history of the sport of boxing. Domingo Vanilla brother back in the super chat. He said, how does Dev do at 147 in your opinion? I think Dev can do great there. The thing is, we got to see how Dev comes back. Mr. O brother in the super chat. He said, Blue, what's worse, Ryan fans or Tank? Oh, Ryan fans by far.
Yeah.
See, Tank
Tank
has
fans actually
legitimate.
like boxing too. They still
Right,
like boxing.
right. Tank fans are boxing fans that are fans of Tank. They're
Right.
not. They're not. They're not. You know, they'll make up excuses to defend him, but they're fans of boxing. Ryan Garcia, these fans, it just sounds ridiculous. He got
They
people on
different.
Spaces that's talking about weight classes and fights that I'm like, wait, what? Or I want to see Shakur fight Jaron Ennis. What are you talking about? When I heard that, I'm like, I can't listen to this.
No understanding of the way this of the sport works. No understanding.
None. When I'm listening to that, and then Ryan tried to correct him and said, "Oh no, they fighting," because Ryan he's boxing. So Ryan said, "No, they fighting two different weight classes." He's like, "Oh, they don't fighting the same," and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Bro, I can't listen to this. I can't listen to this. This is all wrong." Jose Feliciano, brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco on us in the super chat. He said, "Who knows how effective the hook would have been without Bez? Haney should fight his mandatory, then Cruz unify and head to 147." Exactly. That's another thing. People talk about, and I said this, Domingo Bonello, brother in the super chat. Much love, family. He said Ryan has the best fans. They will never see any wrong. A fact. Let me. I want to get your thoughts on that, Clay, before we move on. How you see Devin doing at 147?
Devin at 147, I think I'm hoping that he'll consider doing that. You know what I mean? I want to see healthier weight cuts. I think he has his boxing acumen is going to make him competitive at whatever weight class he gets to healthy. I think he needs to get an opportunity to feel how he feels healthy inside the ring. I think it's been a while since he's felt that way. I think Regis was close to it, but once again, you know what I mean? Bad weight cut. He's trying to get stronger now. He's trying to put on more muscle. And if he wants to do that, you see him doing all that deadlifting and squatting and all those things. I think 147, he'll do great at 147. Will he, unify and be undisputed up there? I don't know about that. You got Duran up there. You got a lot of, hard contenders that he's going to have to figure out how to get to, and a lot of hard punchers. But I don't think he'll have a problem competing. I think he's a top level boxer. I think he can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he definitely can do it. I don't see a reason why he couldn't do it. Let me see if this is working because my
Right.
computer acting funny.
Now, what was the other question? Uh, oh, again, let me say this, right? If you now Ryan Garcia is blaming Wada, USADA, everybody but himself, right? The
Right.
Bingo Vanilla brother back in the super chat. And go subscribe to my brother Claymore Rain, man. Put the link to your channel in the chat. If
I'm
Dev
gonna do
comes
it right
across
now.
Matias outcome, your opinion. I think he outboxes Matias. Hey, right, Clay? Now check this out, right? Ryan said that it was Vada that set him up. It was USADA. It was everybody but himself, right?
Right.
Now, think about this, right, Clay? He
Right.
said, now his dad and him say, well, how come I ain't test positive for banned substance? It's the elites. It's the uppers. It's everybody, right? It's a
Mhm.
conspiracy. Well, how we know it wasn't a conspiracy to hide it when you was knocking those fighters out? If it's a conspiracy to reveal you, how do I know it wasn't a conspiracy to hide it when you was knocking them out? Because in order for you to be in a space with them and you got to rub elbows with them, you got to have a. They ain't giving you nothing for free.
Yeah, I went out for a second. Now you're back. Go ahead. Yeah,
You-
go
you-
ahead with the conspiracy. Yep.
yeah, they ain't giving you nothing for free. So you rubbing elbows with the elites. You in the circles with them, right? To the point where they mad, right? That you called them out.
Right.
So how do I know they ain't cover you up before you called them out?
Yeah. How do we know they weren't keeping you clean up to this point? They just let you get exposed for calling them out.
Right.
It's
See
good for
why
the
I said
goose.
talk about see why I said talk about the hair test. Okay, cool. Psalms don't come up in hair tests. There you go. There you go. Those types of supplements won't show up in your hair test. How about that? Now, how about that?
That's crazy.
Uh, uh,
I didn't even know that.
right.
I didn't even know that. What I
Army
did
Mike
know is
says
that it's
stop.
third party.
Stop
So
what? He said, "Stop, Blue. Stop what? What you want me to stop? Stop telling the truth?" H Dub, hit him with the hot. He said, "Not true according to Devin Haney." What's not true? I don't even know what you're talking about, great brother. Don't even know what you're talking about. So, so now, I think it's going to be. What do you think the severity of the punishment will be? And see, another thing before you answer that, right, Clay?
Right.
Another thing about the sport of boxing, he could be suspended in New York and fight in California. He could be suspended in the States and fighting in
In
UK,
Texas, or yeah,
right? So
right.
like we Conor Bennett suspended in the UK, but he's fighting in the States. So, what you think the severity of the suspension will be?
I think that's a real good topic because normally the, Ryan Garcia happens to be a very influential face in the boxing space right now, and he could be setting the precedent for a lot of other boxers and a lot of other people coming up in boxing that might want to follow a very similar path as him if you don't make a statement that's clear enough about how everybody's going to be treated the same and everybody's going to get the same consequences. Um, there's been rumors of people who want to see lifetime bans. I'm very sensitive about that. I just don't know about no lifetime ban. It's hard for me to give that, you know what I'm saying, to co-sign a lifetime ban. But I'm gonna tell you it should be severe. It should be severe and it should be a message sent because he's really made a mockery of the sport when you combine everything up to this point, even with all his, him being fondled as a child and what I'm saying, and him standing up for the kids and him, Jesus Christ this and an SMD in the same sentence. And then we should have a league with steroids where people are allowed to use steroids. And the way he jokes about it, he's not taking it seriously on his either his Twitter or his Instagram. He said, "I love steroids." You know what I'm saying? I
Right,
love steroids. Like he's kind of like really just kind of like making a joke of the whole entire boxing space.
right,
It should be severe, and I think it should represent respect for the sport. It should represent how disrespect to the sport will be handled. You know what I
right.
mean? So
Eh,
I mean, 2 years seems solid to me. I think a year is a joke because I think he'll take off for the next 8 months regardless, 8 9 months regardless, that he wouldn't fight anyway. So you're just giving him a vacation. If you do something that affects his bottom line and his influence in the space, that may discourage other people. Because it's not about Ryan Garcia at this point because he doesn't care one way or the other.
right. It's about making a statement to people moving forward.
100. That's how I see it. Yep.
And like you said, that's not even a vacation. That's normal. Terrence
Yep.
Crawford ain't fighting a year.
Right.
Errol Spence ain't fighting a year.
Javante Tank Davis is going to be 14
Tank
months
ain't
when he
fighting a
fight.
year. Right. Marquise Young, brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco on us in the super chat. Appreciate you, bro. So that ain't you know what I mean? Jose Feliciano, brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco. He should unify at 141st. I think he's healthy at 140. He's a master at cutting weight. He rehydrates well. Those three belts is a huge advantage at 140. Yeah. Shabazz Buyami, what's good? Again, like I said, like it needs to be the finances. It's the finances. You know what I'm saying? For me,
Right.
you got to hit him in the pocket.
100%. Got to touch his money.
Right.
Got to touch his money for sure.
It got to be the pockets, and it got to be severe, based on your grossing. Right. It can't be a set number. It should be based off of your earnings, a percentage based off your earnings. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree.
Uh,
I
uh,
agree.
because because if it's a specific number, Ryan making, if let's say he made 50 million, right? Like they said, if he made 50 million, like they said, and now and now they're giving him a universal number, like, oh, you're gonna be fined 500,000. Well, he paid 500,000 a pound. He came in overweight. That's not gonna hurt him.
No, I mean, look how he handled the 1.5 mil that he gave Devin. How he showed his ass in that, talking about he gambled 2 million on himself and made 12. He doesn't see the punishment has to make sense. It has to
Right,
make sense to affect him. It has to affect him. You know what I mean? In a way that will, give him vested interest in moving the right way.
right, absolutely. Andres 1K said, "Yo, wildin'." Who you talking to, great brother? You
Talking to
say yo
us.
wildin'. I don't know who he's referring to. Andres 4K, but
I
you
don't see
said
him.
yo wildin'. 300 million is ridiculous.
300 million.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, bro. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's just 70% of his earnings of the something like that. I like that. 70% of his earnings. That's major.
Yeah, that's gonna be OD, but that'll get his attention.
Yeah, it's gonna get his attention. It's
That's
gonna wake
gonna
him
get.
up.
That's gonna get him. That's gonna get him right. Oh man, listen, Ryan Henry Garcia and Miss Garcia gonna lose. I mean, listen, bro.
It's gonna wake everybody up moving forward. Jose
Right.
Valencia, Feliciano, brother, back in the super chat. He said 10 million minimum and 2 year suspension. Right. That's what I said. I like that 70% plus the suspension. Bro, you did it.
I think he would just been. It would have just made so much more sense if he just brought some respect to the game. Just been like, man, I would never do that on purpose, man. I apologize, whoever, you know what I'm saying, to Devin. I would never have come in the ring and done, no matter what kind of smoke we got. I ain't trying to do you like that. I'm going to have my supplements checked. We're going to find out where this came from because, you know what I mean? I don't ever want to take this supplement again. I want to figure things out. But, just be humble about what it is. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Instead of like, yo, if I did it, what about steroids? I don't know. Just the whole entire energy that he's been pushing towards the sport has been very disrespectful. It's beyond Devin Haney. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Like, it's just beyond Devin Haney. It's not about Devin Haney as much as you guys want. It's the sport of boxing, man. No one fighter is above the sport, guys. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You gotta protect the sport. The fans have to protect the sport of boxing, bro. The
Right.
fighter you love is not going to box forever, bro. He's going to fight for a certain amount of time, and then after that, there's got to be some sort of legacy, something left there for the sport to still have the integrity. And when you look at the downward trajectory of boxing, as far as how popular it used to be to how it is today, these are the things that kind of make it that make it weird for a lot of fans who think like, people don't fight their mandatories. We don't
Right.
care if they're using steroids. We
Right.
don't, we don't value belts. We think the belts are a joke. Like
Right.
all these things take away from the credibility of the sport.
Right.
They really do.
And you watch the UFC, right?
Yeah.
Did John Jones get this type of protection?
Hell no. He was crying up on there because they were like, "You about to sit down. You
Right.
about to sit down." And I'm a John Jones fan, and I was like, "You got to sit down, bro." And it was
Right.
picograms. I remember. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, brother. Because if we don't do it for you, we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to give the same excuse to somebody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
And that's the thing, right? If we go by this, every fighter can have this excuse. Domingo Bonilla, my brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco on the super chat. He said, Rye has so much momentum and money. Even if Dev banned him for life, he still will have ultimate influence. He will always make money outside boxing. He did it. He did well for himself. All facts. All facts. But the thing is, right? Is to uh, uh, um, the thing is to make an example out of him for the people moving forward because
Right.
everybody didn't do well for themselves outside the sport of boxing up until this point. He's an
Right.
anomaly. And again, I said this yesterday. Uh, 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 um, you you rubbed elbows with these elites that you quote unquote exposing, right? Because we ain't never seen a boxer that never fought for a world title, obviously never won a world title, never been in big marquee fights, get endorsed by Gatorade, NFL, NBA. Based
Right.
off of what? You're not Olympic gold medal.
Right.
You didn't silver. You didn't bronze. You didn't gold. So based off of what? Why did they just choose you?
The pretty boy, the face.
Right. So,
The
but
face.
again, right, Clay? Why did they just up and say we're gonna choose you? For what? Based off of what?
Maybe some of that bohemian the shit going on in the woods. Who knows? You know what I'm saying?
This
And which
this
is
one
another thing that people skate over.
this what I'm trying to say, right? This what I'm trying to tell you. Like, so, uh, 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 um, hold on one second.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so this what I'm trying to say. So, uh, 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 Guy Moore, what's good? David Da Vinci, what's good? See, and again, he said, why for Haney, right? Uh, uh, um, Here's the thing, right? Is that people have to understand this, right? Is people say, well, if he ain't use it for Tank, why did he did it for Devin? Again, right? Um, you got to understand something. His back, he already had a built-in excuse with this uh, uh um situation with Tank, with a rehydration clause, with a catch weight, with with sideways, what's up, Femi? With the rehydration clause, with the catch weight, he didn't fight there. He was 2 years and 2 fights removed from fighting at 135.
Right.
He had that built-in excuse, and he had not lost, so he was throwing caution in the wind. After he lost to Devin Haney, I mean to Gervonta Tank
Tank.
Davis, right? His stock started to take a hit for multiple reasons, right? Clay, because remember, people said he quit. Not only did he get lost, but he
Right.
quit.
The
Right,
Mexicans kind of felt some kind of way about him.
right, right. So people started. CJ, what's up, family? So people started to be like, "Man, this dude is a sideshow." So he had to fight with Oscar Duarte. He fired his team, and people was sympathetic to him because
Right.
the way Oscar handled it, the way Bernard handled it, the way Joe Goosen walked away, post fight press conference. I felt bad for him. I'm like, bro, they just abandoned
I
this kid.
definitely felt bad for him.
Yeah, and people were sympathetic to him. Then he gets with Derrick James, knocks out Oscar Duarte. We like, okay, cool. But he understood his stock and brand was at risk. If he went in there and lost to Devin Haney, that would have been a problem.
It would have been the
That
worst thing
would have
that
been
could ever happen to him. Pillow
right,
fist, Devin Haney.
right. You
Horrible.
can't go in there and lose to Devin Haney after quitting against Tank. Oh, it's over. It's over. There was a lot more at risk against Devin Haney than it was. And on top of that, he had no excuses. Because you said fighting at 140 is what you wanted to do. Now you're
Right.
fighting at 140, right? The
Right.
excuses are removed. You use the safety net with Tank, the rehydration, dehydrated, the catch weight, all of that. That was cool. You don't
Right.
have those excuses now.
Right.
And how you lose to Devin Haney, you can't do that. So there was a lot of pressure. He started, and again, right? It goes back to this, right? Where you have to understand when people say, "Well, why didn't he do this against Tank?" Well, guess what? He couldn't make weight against Tank. but he was the constant profession in that fight and made weight. So why did he miss weight against Devin Haney? Since we want to talk about why didn't he do this with Tank and do it with Devin? Okay, well,
Right.
why didn't he miss weight with Tank? That if there was any fight for him to miss weight, that was the fight to do it.
Right. Right.
And you was
Wait.
willing to pay the fine.
But Tank and them, Calvin and them, they would have did him dirty. They would have probably canceled the fight, or they wouldn't have fought him in any way they would have wanted to. But I think you're right. It sounds like you're pointing towards the direction of an excuse already put in place for when he lost that fight.
Right. So, and that's my thing. So,
Right.
if there's any fight that you say I can't get down there, I can't do that. That's the fight to do it, and just pay the fine. Hey, bro,
Right.
I tried, I can't get down.
Right.
Right? Not the weight you wanted the fight to be at, and that's the weight you missed weight. So why didn't you miss weight against Tank? Why was you the constant profession? Another thing, right, Clay?
Yes, sir.
Where was all the antics? Because again, keep in mind, you said these things took place with you when you was a child. You said that you was made privy to information about the quote unquote alleged elites a long time ago. So why didn't you reveal and have all of these outbursts and things when you was fighting Tank? Because that was on a larger scale. If
Right.
you wanted to get the people's attention and you wanted to make a statement, right? That was the fight to do it.
Right.
Why didn't he do all those things then? Since we want to talk about why didn't he use this for this fight? The advantage, he needed the advantage against Tank. So why
Yep.
didn't you do it?
Yeah.
You
Because
didn't
Tank
test.
wouldn't have played that, bro. I'm telling you, that team would have did him dirt. He'd have lost out on his biggest payday. They would have called it. Devin paid also a lot with this. They got. I don't want to say they got money hungry, but damn, bro, like you let that boy play games. But you didn't even put a rehydration clause for the next day. You didn't even say, all right, well, you made 143. You feel what I'm saying? The
Right,
next day you can't be more than X amount of pounds. You really let him finesse you in a horrible way because of your biggest payday, because of what the show represented. I understand what that pay-per-view represented for him. He was going to cross over into potential. When you hear about numbers like 1.5 million being forecasted for sales, he did not want to miss his opportunity to be part of a show like that, so he could have his leverage when he comes to the table to negotiate with the Tank Davis is, or whoever else he's going to negotiate with.
right,
They tried him in a way that they played on his hunger to cross over into that commercial lane, right? Into outside of just being a boxer who has belts to being somebody who sells on pay per view. They
right,
they would never have done that to Tank, because Tank would have upset the whole world, bro. I believe it. I think the whole team there would have been no fight because of Ryan Garcia,
right.
and Ryan
Either
knew it.
that, either that, or they would have took half his purse. Something
Yeah, they would have done
ridiculous.
something crazy gruesome
Right,
to him.
right, right. And Antonio, brother, in the super chat, dropping that cinco on us in the super chat. Boston just shows people true race colors. These are not fans; they're worshipers. They idol these bosses, so it's impossible for them to be objective. All facts. I agree with you. Jose Feliciano, brother, back in the super chat, dropping another cinco on us in the super chat. His first opportunity at a little at little, and he wasn't even professional enough to make weight. Never best nobody, but Luke, he ain't even proved yet. Yep, never beat nobody, but Luke Keenan. Right, exactly. His first opportunity at a world title, and look what he does. After telling the world he wanted to fight for a world title, now you
100%.
squander that away. Come on, man. Ramses, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a duh on us in the super chat. The sport of boxing has become corporate. Yep, weight cutting is the sacrifice boxers make, and to level the playing field. Ryan should suffer a very hefty penalty as well as suspension. All facts. All facts.
That's a fact. That's
Domingo
a fact.
Vanilla, brother, back in the super chat. He said he technically never fought at 140. He was 143. Facts. And that's what I'm saying, right, Clay? You told the world that you wasn't going to fight at 100. You can't. You never fought at 140. He said technically, I never fought at 140. I always fought 143. Whether it was Fortuna, whether it was
Oscar
what was the dude name?
Duarte, Oscar Duarte.
Oscar Duarte and the African kid.
What the hell was his name? I don't remember his name.
Yeah, but him too. All at 143 or above, right? So you made them fight, but you fought Tank at 136 and was the constant profession.
Right. Right.
Emmanuel Tackle, that's his name. Emmanuel Tackle.
Okay.
Thank you, only fact. Emmanuel Tackle. So you fought all of them above 143. So now you fight Tank at 136 and you the constant profession? Come on, man. Make this make sense, man.
It's never
Make
going to
this
make
make sense.
sense, Blue. It's never going to make sense because everything you're talking about is him steering his fan base, controlling the narrative in his fan base. It has nothing to do with his actual intentions. You know what I mean?
Right,
His intentions are done for something personal to himself and his team, and everything else is all smoke and mirrors. It's all
right,
smoke and mirrors. It's all to mislead and deflect and get people away from what it really is. And we might never know. You know what I mean? And that's why the sanctioning bodies, well, the California state, excuse me, the New York State Athletic Commission has to go with the science. They can't.
right,
It's difficult to go with the intentions because he's already proven to be such a dishonest person.
right,
He just has. He's proven to be such a dishonest person. You just gotta go with the science
right.
and let the cards lay where the cards lay, and be
And
concerned about protecting the sport.
right. The and is another thing is, right, his character, right? Your character is going to show me what you're capable of.
Yep.
And what about his character tells us that he wouldn't do this? Not saying he did, not saying he didn't, right? But just
No.
what about his character tells us, man, he would never do that.
100%. He'll do anything.
Right.
He'll do it, and he'll say anything. More
He'll
than what
say
he'll do,
anything. Right.
he'll say anything.
Right. And one instinct, he telling Jake Paul he love him. Next minute, he told him he going to expose him. Which one is it? Right. One in one breath in the same conversation, he'll tell you how much he loved the Lord and this and all of this, right? And then 2 seconds later, tell you that he want to lay with a man's wife and raise their kid. What are we talking about? And then his language on top of that.
Insanity. The SMD everywhere.
Right.
SMD
Right.
everywhere.
D- And then use the see. Here's the thing, right, Clay? Then you use that as a reason. This is what you use. Then people use the the language like, well, nobody's perfect. That is a cop out.
Look
Well,
at how he speaks. Look at how he spoke about Cambosa's wife.
that's what I'm trying to tell you. And then say, well, I was just joking, or nobody's perfect, or I'm still a work in progress. That's a call a cop out.
Look at how he
Because you
spoke
are
to Clarissa
responsible,
Shields.
right? Because you are responsible for your actions. You know what you should and should not do. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You're responsible for your own actions.
Yup.
So you know if you practice in a certain belief, I can't say X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Just that simple. Every day you using this language, and then your cop out is this. Well, I'm not perfect. I'm still a work in art. I'm still a work. What? Oh, that's right. I forgot about that Yoni Craft TV. Errol Spence wife. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
Then and he brought that out of nowhere. Where did that come from?
Crazy.
She had
Somebody just
nothing.
said go back to Africa. These dudes is off the chain.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah, yeah. You can't. Hey, so Errol Spence wife. Errol Spence talking about something. You talking about something completely different. Then next thing you know, you bring up Errol Spence wife.
Right.
But I'm supposed to believe that your integrity won't allow you to use a performance enhancer. You are not even professional enough to not to use alcohol or anything while in training camp for a professional for your profession. You're not even willing to do that. Yet you lead me to believe you are supposed to be a righteous person at this point. You're supposed to be doing this for the kids. You're
Right.
supposed to be practicing a certain faith, right? And a certain belief. You're a righteous person, right?
Right.
And then you telling the world, well, it's okay to. You're not even trying not to intoxicate yourself.
I think he's using every single one of these narratives as far as him being a Christian, as far as him being for the kids. He's using all that to push his narrative for. He doesn't care one way or the other. I saw him in Saudi Arabia, bro. Alhamdulillah, dressed up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like everything's a joke. Everything's a joke. Nothing's to
Uh,
be taken seriously, bro.
Only fans said Haney is the same way. No, Haney is not. He don't drink. He don't smoke. He don't do any of the things. Stop repeating things you heard. Devin Haney does not drink. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't do any of those things, brother. He practices his faith every single day. Don't know what you're talking about. Stop repeating nonsense that you was told. Period. Edwin Gould's on hair follicle test negative. No, that's fake. That's fake. And furthermore, why would I ask you to test my B-Sampl knowing it's gonna come back positive?
Push a fake narrative. Push a fake narrative.
Right.
That's
Why
all it
why
is.
why am I gonna Clay? I'm innocent, man. Test the B-Sampl. Then they run the B-Sampl, man. I know they're gonna set me up. The B-Sampl come. So why did I waste my time?
Mm-hmm.
And here's is miraculously right. Suddenly, now I don't know about you, Clay, but we in the same space. We doing the same boxing space, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of anything Ryan talk about? He gonna have his hair sample tested?
No.
I ain't never heard that. So miraculously,
Neither
the
did the
day
Hanes.
the day his B-Sampl come back positive, miraculously now he had his hair tested.
Yeah.
So why didn't he tell you 3 days ago, or what day was the fight? Saturday, right? When
It
he
was a
was in
Saturday, the
Saudi
20th.
Arabia,
Oh
and he
yeah,
kept
this
telling the
Saturday.
world,
Yeah.
right? And he kept telling the world, "Oh, my B test is going to test positive." So why didn't he say my B sim was going to test positive, but that's okay because I'm taking my hair follicle?
Right.
Never mentioned it. Now miraculously, his hair follicle came back negative. Nonsense. Because guess what? I would have told you from the very beginning, hey, bro, I don't know what they doing to B-Sampl, but I'm gonna handle this on my own. Here's the thing: I'm gonna have all of these things tested, and
Right.
doing my hair test. He
Right.
ain't never said that. Now, miraculously, the day his B-Sampl come back
The hair samples tested and ready to be handed in.
and ready to be handed in,
Right.
why didn't you do it yesterday?
Why didn't you
Why
do it
didn't you
last
do it
week? Why didn't
Saturday?
you 3 weeks ago?
Right. The day that your positive A sample came back, why didn't the B sample? Why didn't you test your hair? Come on, man. Make this make sense.
Yeah.
People got to
It-
start making all the way up. You knew you tested. On top of that, right? Listen what he said. I don't know if you saw this, but listen to this. I don't know where the adverse finding came from. This is what he told ESPN right now. I was taking ashwagandha, D3, omega 3, just normal stuff. I don't know what ashwagandha is. So let me get this straight, right, Clay? You took D3, omega 3, and ashwagandha, but you hired a professional team to go over all your supplements, but
Right.
you only took three?
Right. Can't believe nothing this man says, bro. You can't believe it. Can't believe nothing he says, man. No consistency. Well, yeah, he's consistent in one area. He's consistently lying. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? That's what he consistently does.
Clay, I'm confused. You don't take, these are the only three supplements. And ashwagandha rule came out and said, yeah, no, we don't have that, and you can test it. So these are the only 3 supplements you take. But you hired a team to go over all your supplements. But now get this though, Clay. See, because it gets worse. But wait, how you say it, Clay? But wait, there's
But
more.
wait, there's more.
There's more, right? Because here you go, it gets worse, right, Clay? Because didn't your mama come on here and say that a doctor gave you these supplements? So what doctor gave you D3, ashwagandha, and omega 3?
You buy that shit.
I can buy that over. I need a doctor to subscribe to that?
I go to CVS and go grab me that right now,
Right now, I can go to my local Target,
real quick.
bodega for us in New York.
Different brands too, not just
Different
one brand.
brands. We could go to the bodega in New York. And you from New York, I'm from New
Yep,
York. We could go to the bodega right now.
yep.
So you mean to tell me you need a doctor to prescribe these 3 supplements, but you didn't know what 3 supplements it was?
Yeah, bro. You can't believe nothing he says, man. You gotta depend on the science with him. You gotta depend on the science. You gotta tune out what he's saying, and we gotta go with the results because
Right,
you can't. His words mean nothing. They hold no weight. Ryan has, for me, Ryan has earned my respect in the sense of I don't respect nothing you say. You've earned it.
right,
Like I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I no longer listen to him no more. He's all entertainment. And look,
right.
shout out to Ryan Garcia, bro.
Pure
Look, I
entertainment.
think you're a fun guy. You're a funny guy. You do stuff. I like what you do. Your Instagram, you wild out having a good time, bro. God bless you, bro. But this sport is a serious sport, man. And when it comes to this sport and how important it is to have some honor and integrity, I think you're lacking in that area in a big way, bro. It
Right,
is what it is. Outside of
right,
that, you cool as hell. I would love to see you do a podcast or something and just wild out and do
right,
whatever you feel like doing. I'd laugh and kick it with you. Subscribe to your channel, whatever it is that you're doing. But this
right,
boxing space, bro, we need serious people in this space. We need people who really believe in this boxing and take it seriously and protect it.
right. Exactly. Like it's just getting utterly ridiculous at this point.
100%, brother. 100%, brother. I
It's getting
cannot.
utterly and to make it worse, right? The people that are trying to defend this, talking about this, well, it's the hair follicle. Now it's the hair follicles. Please stop. Please stop. And where was this talk of hair follicle testing again? When was this? Why didn't they do this a long time ago? Why didn't he tell us that he was doing his hair testing? He's hey man, that's the
And
most
why
accurate. eh,
And why wouldn't he communicate that to? Why wouldn't the Haneys be made abreast of that? Like they should know
Right,
everything that's going on just through their lawyers and through the system. Like their lawyers should know. That's like the court case. Last minute, you're like, yo, I want to bring in this surprise witness. Like you ain't tell us you gonna bring him in here. We didn't have
right,
time to cross reference the witness. We didn't get a chance to find out how legitimate or credible he is. That
right,
we can't have him up in here. Like, what are you talking
right,
about? We're supposed to know who he is. Where does he declare that? We
right.
we have no idea who this guy is. Your Honor. And he's gonna be like, no, you're right. We can't let him
But
up
but
here.
but but just understand this though, Clay. You took to social media to tell the boxing world that uh okay, they banning you, they make a mistake, I'll never make another dollar in boxing, so on and so forth. Before you tell the world, hey man, my hair follicle is clean.
Mm-hmm.
And get this, he still ain't say it, Clay. It's his team reporting it through Michael Benson. What? Where they do that at? All this talking he do, he ain't gonna tell the world my hair follicle. I'd have told him before. You knew this yesterday, bro. Why didn't you announce this yesterday? Hey, I'm testing my hair. They just miraculously have the hair follicle testing the same
Mm-hmm.
day the positive B-Sampl come out.
Lies.
Come on, man.
That's cap.
Come on, man. Make this make sense, man. We smarter than the average bear. Please stop. Box Latino TV, brother in the super chat, dropping that dub. He said, Blue, they need to suspend his cheating. and take that win away from him and give Haney his O back because I think Haney might not be the same. That's what I'm saying. We don't know. We're gonna find out, right? Only way to find out is when he get back in the ring, right? Miguel Cotto was never the same after the Margarito fight, right? Now, and that's another thing. Michael Ford, brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco on us in the super chat. Hair sample came out positive right after the B-Sampl came out negative. Right, right.
Well, look,
Exactly.
only fact said, imagine having a billionth of a gram of alcohol in your system and getting charged for a DUI. Right? No, that's not a good comparison. Imagine having a little bit of crack in your system and getting
Right,
charged for smoking crack. That's a way better comparison.
right,
It's illegal
right.
in this.
But
It's
not
banned in
but
the
not
sport of
only that.
boxing.
But not only that, right, Clay? Box
Mhm.
fan full time, brother in the super chat. Much love, family. He said, "Who supposedly did the hair test, VADA or New York State Athletic Commission?" No, it's some private company.
Right.
It's a private company. Fight Hub Hayes, my brother, in the building. But now, here's the thing. Back to what you was just saying, right? Now, Clay, what he said. Imagine having 16 millionth of a gram of alcohol in your system and getting the D weed.
Right.
But check this out. We know that you had way more than that before they caught you.
Right. Because you took
Just
IV.
because what they found what was left in your system don't mean that's what you put in your system. That's just what if you get pulled over, that just means what was left. When people try to dilute, when they drink water, lots of water before they leave the club or the bar, or wherever they at, right? They drink
Right.
all this water, they drink all these things, and then they walk out. Let me ask you a question, only facts. Now, you tell me, and you tell my great brother Claymore, how do you get 16 millionth of a gram of anything in your system? Tell us that. Only facts. So you mean to tell me if I took a weight loss supplement, they put 16th millionth of a gram of arginine in the weight loss supplement? How do you get 16th millionth of a gram of arginine into your body or anything into your body? You got any clue, Kelly?
Not at all. And I don't see why somebody would ever do that.
Right. But again, even if you're a supplement company, Clay, how do you put 16 millionth of a gram of arginine in your supplements, and why would it help you?
100%.
So, only facts. We need you to tell us how did the supplement company or anything cross intent? How did they get 16 millionth of a gram in the supplement? Now, watch this now, Clay. Even if it's cross contamination, right, Clay?
Right.
It won't show up in your system 2 weeks later.
Not that little bit. You can
Not
pee
that
that
little
out.
bit.
You're going to pee that out. They don't
So let me
understand. They don't
get
want to
this straight.
acknowledge.
So let me get this straight, right, Clay?
Mhm.
You microdose that to do what? If you're a supplement company, if me and you have a supplement company,
Right.
why would we put 16 millionth of a gram of arginine in our supplement? How is it going to benefit them?
No, nothing. Nothing. Nothing realistic. Nothing science proves. Science says that's a waste of time.
Right. And so we're going to take arginine, Clay, and we're going to say only put 16th millionth of a gram of arginine in this weight loss supplement to help you do what? I might as well leave it out.
It's costing money. Why the hell you spend money not to get nothing out of it? No results. It's costing money. It's math, right? It's business. It's math, right? At least for the love of money, for
Hey,
capitalism doesn't support that idea at all.
hey, that don't make no sense.
Does it make it taste better?
Hold
Like,
on,
does it
Clay.
make it
But by the time you walk out the store and drink some water, it's gone. So you
nothing?
mean to tell me he took the supplement with no water?
Right.
No water.
Just put it on his tongue, use his saliva.
Right. He took the supplement, no water, no chaser, and walked out from there right into the testing room.
Right.
But Clay, in order for you to urine, you had to have some water in your body.
Right.
So he wasn't drinking any water.
Right.
And he wasn't cutting weight, so we know he was drinking.
Right.
So the alcohol didn't burn it off? The Pepsi Cola that we saw him drinking? So he walked out from the supplement company, Clay, right into Vita Lab. Come on, man. Make this make sense, man. Y'all got to start using your brains, bro. Box fan full time, my brother in the super chat dropping that cinco on it to the super chat. He said, then that BS hair test shouldn't be accepted. That's like a suspect hiring his own private detective to follow him around to prove his innocence. Right. Make this make sense, man.
It'll
Cloudboy
never make
AB,
sense.
hey, Haradine, what's good?
It'll never
Exactly,
make
out of
sense.
sports guy. This is all that's left. How do you get 16th millionths of a gram? Clay, how much is that?
I don't even know how to measure that, what that looks like. I
What
don't
does
even know
that
how to
even
measure them.
like? If that got to be less than one strand of hair.
Yes, that's medical equipment that you need to be able to even gather that up and weigh that. Like, that's not something you put on the tip of a spoon. You know what I'm saying? And put
Right.
it in your water. That's something like scientific, like microscopic type. That's not what it is. You guys know that. I mean, maybe they don't. Maybe they know. You guys just don't know what it is. I don't know what to tell you. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. It's like it kind of gives you a migraine to try to like slowly speak to you guys so that you guys can kind of grasp it, because I'm trying to like
Hey,
be sensitive to the fact that you might really have a hard time understanding why you're either pregnant or you're not pregnant with this type of a PED, because it being there means that it was there in a larger amount prior. Like, it just shows you guys are having a hard time. You guys are still arguing with why would he take Ostarine the night of the fight? That don't make no sense. And it's like, bro.
hey, hey, I want to know, bro, what is 16 million of a bro? You can't even see that. And y'all running around repeating this. Illuminati, what's up, family? They running around repeating things that because it fits the narrative. You're not even using your common sense.
It's hard. It's hard, man. They really sit there and they try to have these arguments. What sense would it make for him to take Ostarine the night before the fight? It wouldn't even help him. All right, Sherlock.
I, I,
That,
I, I'm gonna go to Clay. I want to go to a lab, right?
right.
Because I know somebody who has a lab, actually, right? I want
Mhm.
to go to a lab now. I'm gonna ask them to give me 16th millionth of a gram of anything.
Right. A
I'm gonna
Tylenol.
ask them, and I'm going to bring this on a live stream, and I want to show 16 millionth of a gram of anything.
You're gonna
That
have to take the camera to a microscope and put the camera to the microscope so we can all look in the microscope and see what it looks like.
it
And
does.
everybody hold your breath, because if you breathe too hard, you're gonna blow it away.
It doesn't even attempt to make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, they
And,
like I said, I don't know if they just don't have it, like if they're really that confused, or because you're not talking to some stupid people, so we're not playing that game with you. You ain't gonna
oh,
convince us that your stupid conspiracy theory about this 16th of a gram, billionth of a gram. We're not
right,
doing that, bro. We saw the man taking IVs. We saw a lot of stuff on camera. God knows they're like roaches, right? What you see is not what you get. You see
right,
one roach, you better get your house fumigated, because you got 1,000 of them in your walls, bro.
right,
So
right.
what they caught him with was enough for them to raise a flag to be like, we don't have the time to figure out go back and figure out how much you took. We know you took it, bro, and we know if you took it for some results more than likely,
Right.
for an effect to enhance whatever you were trying to get done. That's it.
Salute to Sherman Bray. Salute to King Bonnie 86. What's good? He said the human body doesn't produce arginine. Blue collar guy said it's particularly it's practically a grain of salt. Right. Monique Robinson, peace of blessings, Queen. How you feeling? Right. Now, how do you see a grain of salt on anything? Now, who would take 1 grain of salt?
I don't
Right?
know nobody. What is it? Watch more plates, more dates. What does that mean?
He don't know what it means. He's just speaking just to speak at this point. Guy
Sound like you
Universe.
watching a lot of Netflix.
Yeah.
But
Clay, that's like taking a grain of salt. How does this even begin to help you do anything?
don't make no
It doesn't.
sense.
It doesn't help you do anything.
It makes no sense.
And he had 60 times the limit on the 19th. Then that's what he had on the 20th. But people keep ignoring that. They act like that didn't happen, Clay.
Well-regarded PD expert. Well-regarded PD. It's a channel, brother. Well-regarded PD expert. Okay, that's what I was asking you.
But
Send the link. Put the link in
still in
there so I
all,
can take a look at it.
I know how to use my common sense. I don't care what
Right.
you're an expert in. I don't care what you're an expert. Experts tell us this, right, Clay? That they tell us that orcas won't harm humans, but we seen it happen. So would you
Yeah.
go swim in the ocean with orcas in the middle of the night because expert told you that orcas won't harm a human?
What do you think? I'm not getting in the ring with no dolphins, no orcas, no not a damn thing.
Right.
Water's not where I live.
No,
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
called
That's
you.
all I
That's
need.
called no. That's not. That's called you're not very bright. Common sense is the most precious thing that you
Right.
can have. Is your common sense, brother.
Right.
Your
Right.
common sense.
100%.
Right.
100%.
So your common sense can get you through life itself. You don't need to be an expert in no other walk in life. You can have common sense. So guess what? You go swim with orcas. They have orcas attacks at shows.
See what they're killing
But
people all the time.
yeah, they get frustrated, right? You put them in the right position, they're gonna respond in a certain type of way.
Right. Snatch you to bring you to the bottom of that pool and hold you there till you drown.
Right. But the experts tell us, that they don't harm humans. What are you talking about? That don't make sense. Make it make sense, man. Duncan Pendy, who's brother in the super chat. He said what they
100%.
found testing is not how much he took. Right. Okay, so let me ask you a question, only facts. An expert to tell you that again, I gave you the example of orcas. Would you do that? No, they're experts in that lane. I'm not going to participate. My common sense is going to tell me, yeah, bro, that sounds good, but what if he have a bad day and things change? Experts tell you this too, right, like Clay? When you're in the
Mm.
ocean and you see a shark, just stay still. That's what they
Yeah.
tell you,
Yeah.
right? You're gonna see a great white coming towards you and just suddenly I'm just gonna sit still.
I'm just going to give it up.
Right.
Nah. We
Your
getting out
common
that
sense is
water.
going to tell you he could care less at some point in time. Now, maybe in the right situation,
Mm-hmm.
another expert tell you this too, right, Clay? See, I'm an animal lover. That's why I'm giving these examples, right?
Mm.
Experts tell you too when a shark is coming towards you to touch his nose,
Right.
right, and he'll turn the other way. You see a great white coming towards you. Your common sense going to tell you to just reach out and touch his nose.
Hell no, you're going to rip my arm off. I mean, I'd hope. You know, that's what I'm thinking. He going to rip my arm off. You ain't going to get none of this. Like, period, bro. You going to take my arm clean off me.
Hey, come on, man. I don't care what an expert tell me.
Yeah, bro. It's a horrible argument. It's a horrible argument to make that we should dismiss these PEDs, because that's
Right,
all this comes down to, right? Let's be 100. What it comes down to is we should dismiss this. This means nothing. It makes no
right,
bigger difference. We're making too big a deal of it, and it's just there's no. Y'all gotta stop. There's no arguing that. It's stupid.
right. But
It's
Clay,
stupid.
let's go off the expert thing, right?
Mm.
Experts tell us that it's okay to take certain over-the-counter medications, but you know that it's harming other parts of your body. But the experts that did the studies tell you that it's okay to take aspirin, but then the side effects is you're going to have a ulcer, you're going to get this, and it. But the experts said it's okay though.
Yup.
So your common sense is going to tell you, wait a minute, I ain't taking that. Although the experts say it's okay to take.
Right.
Come on, man. Trade Combat Sports TV, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on us in the super chat. He said, "What's crazy is the pop dirty for that specific banned substance that's used for maintaining muscle while cutting weight." Exactly, and couldn't lose the weight. I mean, it goes hand in hand. Clay, doesn't it go hand in hand?
100%. Even with the side effects of it, with the emotions and the anger and the outbursts and everything like that. If you look at the side effects of Osterine, it matches what we were looking at with
And
Ryan
then
Garcia.
suddenly, Clay, there's no more of that. There's no more. LL Cool Lloyd, brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco on us in the super chat. He rigged the fight, played great, and made Haney the fave. Missed weight, and took pays. Bet two mil on himself. He knew he was hot. Purposely cheated. Right. But people don't want to see that because it's Devin Haney. That's what's sad about this. Domingo Vanilla, brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco on us in the super chat. USADA said there has been a lot of bosses tested positive for arsenine unknowingly. Ryan is picked out of the bunch because he the most famous one. Well, all those fighters paid the price too.
Right.
Amir Khan, Lucian Bute, Tyson Fury, all of those fighters paid the price.
Right. And you know what it is also? Him, first of all, two things. Number one, the leaked information about everybody finding out. We have to understand that Ryan Garcia is the one they try to paint the picture that Victor Conti and Dan Rafael has connections inside of Vado who leaked. No, that shit came out of his camp. Somebody in his camp leaked that shit out. Okay? Because that's the only people who got it. Number one. Number two, as far as him being picked out, it's because of the antics on top of it that is becoming a big deal. It's not
Right.
because everybody's just hyper focused on him. It's that he popped on a test and he turned it into hate VADA, hate anybody who's covering it, conspiracy theory. He added all this to it and turned it into this. This
Right.
really could have just been something that went a lot smoother if you'd just been like, let's see what the tests say. I wouldn't have done this on purpose. I'm having my people look into it. I'm gonna let you guys know when I find out. I'm gonna let you guys know, what's up. My apologies to Devin. I would never do that on purpose. As
Mhm.
much as we talk to each other, I would never do that, bro. I hope you know that. But I'm gonna talk to you guys as soon as we get these results. If you'd have handled it in a more mature, presented in a more mature way, it wouldn't have gotten the attention it's getting. He's the one who's added the gasoline to this fire.
Right. Like right now. Oh, I love steroids. I'm just gonna take as many as possible. That's a again, it goes back to the parenting. The lack of accountability has created the character that he is. He's not a mature and he's a father on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
He's not very mature at all. So he should have just said, "Oh man, I don't know how this got there. I don't know what's going on. Let's go and do our due diligence and our homework. Let's see what this is." Look at the way Oscar Valdez handled his situation with testing positive compared to the way he's handling. Two different outcomes, two different types of ways. Look at the way Canelo handled his. Look at Conor Ben,
100%.
and they still
100%.
got they still paid the price. But look how they handled it. They didn't
Yeah.
go around blaming Vada. Canelo didn't blame Vada. Canelo
Even
said,
Dylan
"Hey,
White,
yeah, he Dillian White."
quiet. Right, yo, I'm looking into it. I don't know what
Alicia
the hell this
Bumgarner.
makes sense. Yup, I got my
He's
team
the
looking at
only
it.
one. He's the only one that's blaming Vada. And
So
then
it just makes
USADA.
it look like you're
And then the
lying. It just makes it look like you're hiding something and that you're trying to steer the narrative, bro. It just
right.
looks bad the way you're dealing with it. And that's why this is blown up that way.
Right. On top of that, your mother's saying that the doctor prescribed this to you. So then you gave it to you then. And you took it. But then on the flip side, no, that's not the case. It's the supplements. But then you told us you don't take supplements.
Nothing but ashwagandha.
Yeah. Now you're saying this. Now it's omega-3. Is this? Is that? Like, which one is it?
100.
That
percent
sounds like the behavior. And then you go, well, you know what? The B-Sampl is going to be positive. Well, why you ask for it to be tested? It don't make sense, bro. None. It don't make sense.
100%. 100%. It's never gonna make sense. It's
Right.
never gonna make sense, bro. It's just not.
At all whatsoever. Salute to my brother, Lost in Space, brother in the super chat, dropping that cinco on your boy Bill.
Oscar
It's crazy
Ryan.
to see people making excuses for a cheater when he literally could have hurt a man in the ring. The hate for Devin is real. Shaking my head. It's terrible. It's bad, man. It's bad. It's like this, right, Clay? Domingo Vanilla, my brother, back in the super chat. He said no. They sent a bill. He said no. They sent Bill a copy. Rod Team was not the only one. Yeah, but Bill didn't even say nothing.
Right.
Bill didn't say nothing. This came the
Well,
information came from, it came from. So here's the thing. Again, let me clarify for you, Domingo. Ryan's mother clarified where it was leaked at. She said that they talked to Dan Raphael. They
right.
talked to him and his team. And she said that they had a conversation with Dan Raphael, and then Dan Raphael put the information out there.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say.
Right.
They're the ones
She
who
said
got the
that,
information. They put it out there.
right. It came from them to Dan Raphael, and then Dan Raphael put it out there. Boss fan full time, my brother in the super chat. Much love, family.
And that's what I was trying to say, right? And the reason I was saying that is because the narrative was that Victor Conti and Dan Raphael had connections in Vada, and then
And
how did they get the information? And I'm just saying, you guys have to acknowledge that the mother already spoke. That it came out of their team. They got the information. They leaked it out.
right.
Maybe they didn't expect Dan Raphael to snitch on him or tell the world or maybe it was a private conversation, but they let it out.
Right. The I should need help Amir Khan not get slept by Kell Brook. I don't know what if it did or didn't. My brother Domingo Vanilla, brother, back in the super chat, dropping another cinco on the super chat. Ryan's dealing with it like this for clout. He knows he will keep his name in people's mouths, which is more clicks, which equals to more money. Yeah. Another thing, right, Clay? Imagine this, Clay. Imagine a man's woman catches him out there with another woman.
Mm.
You know you was with the other woman, then you be like, hey man, call her and ask her. And then
Yeah.
when she call you, and then she say, yeah, we was together, then you be like, oh, what? She set me up. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Hey, A-Sample positive, man, y'all better test the B-Sample. Then the B-Sample, what? The B-Sample set me up. Wait, what? Come on, man. We got to
Disingenuine.
start making sense of these things.
Disingenuine. And that's why when you look back at it and you look at the way Henry Garcia was reacting when he was doing his interviews and talking about how things was, guys, he's been playing with you guys, bro, from the beginning, dude. He's been playing with you guys from the beginning. You don't think they knew that from the beginning that they're the ones who leaked the information? So
Right.
why would he go out there and push it about how did Victor Conti even get this information? How did Dan Raphael even get this information? Disingenuous, bro. Lies, man.
Right. Man. Uh, uh, uh. But let's get on out of here, Clay, man.
Yeah, I'm about to go and eat. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yep.
I appreciate you having me on, Blue. You know what I'm saying?
You already know, great brother.
This new app thing is new though. I never. What is this thing? Is this a YouTube thing?
Yeah, it's just on YouTube. There's a new way that you can go live, so you don't have to,
Okay.
because usually you can't go live on your phone and invite somebody.
No, exactly,
Right.
exactly.
So now I have the option to do it this way. So you could go on
Okay,
your phone, be in trucking, and send me an invite on your phone.
perfect. This
Yeah,
is different. This is
yeah,
different.
yeah. The
Yeah,
only
I think
thing is that you got to be very very delicate with it, because the one thing you touch, one thing, it's not like regular. Like you see, like
right.
somebody call and my sound go off.
That's what was happening. The call was coming through,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So that those little things like that. Like I pushed the other day, I pushed the to make somebody a moderator
Mm,
and push the link that somebody put in the chat, and it ended my stream.
just like that. No coming back. You had to start a
Just
new
no
stream.
coming back, no coming back. So it's a little delicate the way it's set up, but in time, I guess it'll get better. But
Sure.
click subscribe to my brother Claymore Rain, man. Drop the link in the chat, man. I'm
Yeah, I
gonna put
dropped it right now.
yeah, I'm gonna put
We
the
almost
link
there
to
at a
my new
thousand,
channel.
guys. Help me get up there. Help me build up there, man. We almost there.
Yes,
And
sir.
we gonna do something crazy at 1,000 too. That's a fact, by the way. So you know what I'm saying? So
It,
definitely check in.
it's just this whole situation. Like I said, right, Clay. The worst
Yeah.
part about this all is that we're not even talking about boxing.
Because of
We're not.
this.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
I
not.
make it. Listen, I make sure I'm talking. Listen, bro. I'm not gonna let this thing dominate me, bro. I look at people and I'm just like, I've been waiting for the 22nd to come so I could, you know what I'm saying, put some closure to this. But nah, bro, y'all ain't taking boxing away from me, bro. It's too much boxing going on. You know what I
Right.
mean?
It just hurts the sport of boxing. And we're not even in a space where we're talking about boxing and strategy and the fun about it.
Right.
We are only talking about negativity every day.
Every single day.
Every day. Is the only thing we're talking about is negativity. It's amazing, man. I need y'all to click the link, subscribe to my new channel. I pinned it up in the chat. Let's get it
Yo,
up to
when is that
2,000
gonna? Have you
subscribers.
been doing shows on there yet? Or are you still kind of
No, I'm
building
still doing the studio, man.
the
I'm doing the
studio,
back.
right?
Yeah, 'cause right now I ordered this a new backdrop that's gonna go on the wall, because the
Right,
wall
right,
is blank. So I'm putting shelves like that, the shelves up.
right.
But I'm gonna order a new black backdrop because I wanted to change that, and I got a desk. So it's gonna be real Kevin Samuel-ish. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, let's
I get
get it, bro. I think
yeah.
that's gonna be ill. I'm looking forward to see that,
Woo-wee!
bro.
I get to dress. You know what I'm saying? They gonna
You're
see
gonna
it in
do it like
full.
that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
missing on
Whole
this
nother
on
light.
all this shit going on with Diddy and
Whole
everything.
nother light.
Woo,
All fun. We
crazy.
can have fun over there. You know what I'm saying? Like
No,
and
no
and
doubt.
and and interviews. I got interviews set up with different women, all types of stuff, man. So we gonna make it happen over there. So I need everybody to click that link, subscribe to the new channel, man. I have my son. Shout out to my son Derek. He's building my he built my desktop from scratch
Right,
completely, and he made it all glass. So when we
right.
was transporting it, he dropped it, shattered everywhere, shattered everywhere.
You getting that fixed.
Yeah, so I gotta wait for him to get more glass, whatever he got to do to rebuild it. So he said tomorrow he gonna have that. So I'm hoping next week we in full effect.
Man, I'm looking forward to see it, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I
man,
know
we
you
gonna
worked
have
hard to
fun
put
over
that
there.
together.
Reaction videos, we gonna have fun over there, man. So click the link, subscribe to the channel, man. Let's get that channel up to 2,000 subscribers. Go subscribe to my brother Claymore Rain, man. Let's get his channel up all the way up to 1,000, man. Let's make this happen. Yeah, Guy University. Taquan Savage, where you been at, bro? Where you been at, bro? Yeah, man. So he dropped it and it just shattered. So, and then there's another board that I'm using. I'm gonna show you what it is. It's another soundboard, man.
Yeah.
My nephew got for me. So between my nephews and my son, we putting it all together. But
Nah, this is gonna be official. I already know you've been wanting to
yeah,
do this, so
yeah,
not to
man.
hear that's coming
And
together.
it's a release from this. So it's like, bro, I get to just have fun over there. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
and the world is changing. So much is going on. I'm telling you, that's gonna be bigger than I think you think it's gonna I think it's gonna be
Eclipse
bigger
this.
than this.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
it
so
is.
too. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
That's
But let's
straight
get on out of here.
jumping.
Yeah, but let's
Salute.
get on out of here. Salute. Appreciate you, great brother.
Thanks everybody in the chat, man. I'll let y'all soon, man. Salute to subscribe to the channel, guys. Have a good one, man.
Yes, sir. Salute, family. Yeah, let me get on out of here, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, sudden up, holding your boy Blue down. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. So all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.